to the Vegan Pulse. I am your host, Nancy Arenas. And today I'd like to introduce you to someone that I had the pleasure of meeting and working with, Jacqueline Fonseca. Please stay tuned. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you?
I'm doing well, Nancy. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. I was hoping that you could tell my viewers a little bit about yourself, such as how long have you been vegan, where you're living right now, and what you do.
Yeah, so I went vegetarian at the age of 12. I've been vegan for 11 years now. 41, thank you. And I live in San Antonio, Texas, where I am one of the founding organizers for San Antonio Vegetable Eaters, which is a meetup group in that is very active within the San Antonio community, as well as the CEO of the San Antonio chapter for the Haley Foundation, which really focuses on animal advocacy at a lot of tabling events and outreach.
Now, your group was very active before this lockdown, right?
Yes, we were very active before this lockdown, and we're trying to figure out how to continue with the pace of new members joining us and not really having as many face-to-face events. So yes, through COVID-19, there's definitely been a lot of changes.
But you're thinking of doing some meetings online, right?
Yeah, so actually on Thursday, that will be our very first face-to-face virtual style event where we're doing vegan drinks and supporting some of our local vegan establishments within San Antonio, because we have quite a few that were beginning to just get off the ground and get their footing within the community. And unfortunately, a lot of them are struggling right now just with curbside pickup and any kind of Grubhub or any of those delivering entities that are delivering for them. So it's one where you go, you pick up your order, you come back, and then you get online with Skype and we basically enjoy our food and our drinks and get to hang out and meet some of the new members who haven't had a chance to, kind of meet everybody face to face and enjoy a lot of the events that we had before. I mean, we had like our annual events. Vegan Cheese and Wine Social was the last one we got to have, and we actually got to have it because that was the tail end of February, and the second week of March is basically when everything was beginning to shut down and you were having to do a lot more social distancing, and it just turned into, again, timing is everything. So yeah. Wow.
Yes, and we're having that too, where we have some businesses just starting to get off the ground, and they're struggling as well. But that's a great idea, and maybe I will share it with ABQ Vegan, and perhaps they can have a virtual meetup and do just that. Go order food from these places and then come online and talk. I think that's a great idea. Kudos to you.
Thank you. Well, and also, so what I did, and I picked this up from Colorado Springs, their vegan and vegetarian meetup group from JL Fields, and actually that she had put together a list of vegan options, restaurants in her area that are still doing that curbside pickup and everything. So you can basically continue to support them in the ways that we're able to. Times are tough. It's very uncertain. I even wrote it in the little blurb. If you can't go and support, still feel free to join us, because we want you to be able to feel like you are not alone. This isolation is definitely getting to people.
And that's a great idea, because exactly that, as vegans, we carry a heavy load on our shoulder with the animals suffering and trying to educate others about all of this. And, it could get a little bit depressing. So actually doing this virtual and connecting virtually when you can't do it face to face is a wonderful idea.
Yeah. And I'm so far, and actually we have about the same number of participants for this event that would actually be coming out to the restaurant anyway. So I haven't really seen too many number changes within the participation of it. And it's allowed for really good dialogue to happen. So that way people can understand, yes, while we're practicing social distancing, we don't have to be in complete isolation by ourselves.
Awesome. Awesome. I like it. Now, tell me, what does COVID-19 lockdown for you? What does it mean for you, for your life, for your day-to-day?
Well, a lot of things have changed. I was already doing a lot of the delivery services before COVID-19. So what I have noticed personally is that the time slots are not always available for, like, say, my Whole Foods delivery. There are no time slots, and I actually have to go do the curbside pickup if I'm able to find a slot. For Grove, all of my cleaning supplies, environmentally friendly and animal friendly. The ethically sourced toilet paper, even, they weren't able to fill my order, which is the monthly amount and supply that I get. You know, there's no panic hoarding or anything like that. So I've experienced it in different ways because I see, and I go to the grocery stores where I'm having to wear my mask because of CDC guidelines now. And the shelves can't even remain stocked. I mean, people literally have just taken everything. And I finally found tofu after a month. The shelves were completely gone. I could not find tofu anywhere. Sprouts, Whole Foods, Natural Grocers. Finally, HEB, which is in a local grocery store here, I was able to find tofu. And that was after a month.
Wow. Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, we're in a pandemic, but if everybody would stop hoarding, there'd be food for everybody, and we wouldn't have these like situations where we're like, oh, we don't have this, or I don't have that.
Exactly. And I mean, think about like the elderly people who already were having a difficult time trying to get out and trying to get their items from the grocery store. I mean, you've taken away from them, or you've taken away from the family of 7, and they can't get the items that they need because, you know, say for instance, they're on WIC and all of those WIC items have been purchased up. They don't have an opportunity to buy other products. They are allotted that specific item and that's it. So again, it's being more aware and thinking about others and not just yourself. Somebody had posted online a request for 91% proof alcohol. And I had some from way back when in the day. And he's like, I'll pay $15. I'll give it to you. And I'm like, no, just really take it. If you can use it, just go ahead. I don't need it. It's taking up precious real estate. I obviously haven't used it if it was Best Buy 2018. Like, I cannot charge you $15 for that. Like, just put it to good use, I guess. I don't know. So, I mean, it's little things like that we should be doing instead of the other way around that I've seen a lot of.
Do you have a message like for people who are not adhering to the stay-at-home order that you might want to share?
Please stay home. Please, please, please. What this virus has shown us is that there are so many breakdowns within our healthcare system and within our government. And it's really we as a people and we at this very grassroots movement who can do the most benefits by staying home. Washing your hands, making sure that you're wiping down frequently touched items, even going to the grocery store, don't take your entire family, and really wipe down the products that you're buying. And once they're like in your home, I disinfect my bags. And I mean, I'm still taking my reusable bags. Please, please, please. The green movement did so much to reduce the use of single-use plastic bags, and we've just thrown that out the door. Sea turtles are still going to be choking on those things.
Right. And my fear is that when you don't stay at home, you risk somebody else's life.
You do.
And that is not worth it.
It isn't, because you could be asymptomatic, and then if you're going and visiting, say, your grandmother or your friend, then they could potentially get it because they might have a different immune system. I have a friend who has a weaker immune system than I do. I eat a little bit healthier than she does. And so she's always coming down with something. So it's one where, no, she doesn't need to be coming over. No, I mean, we can just talk on the phone. Even though that she's an introvert, she can just send me messages via text message.
Right, right.
We can do that. But it's honestly respecting that, because we have to decrease and flatten this curve. And unfortunately, with the leadership that we have, we were not able to get ahead of it because of certain circumstances. And whatever your politics are, that's what it is. It's just the science behind some virus that is figuring out humans a lot faster than the humans are figuring it out.
Right. And I have another question to ask you. Do you have a message at large for the world during this time?
I think what I have seen the most is Mother Nature resetting herself. She is healing herself at this time of people having to be in their homes and not really traveling out, and the air is getting cleaner. Let's look at this as a reset and maybe make a lot of those really good decisions after this is all done, after we're able to get out. Continue walking versus driving a car, continue bike riding, continue not throwing things on the ground. And there's less litter around, there's less human chatter around. So, I mean, you're seeing more birds, you're seeing dolphins in the canals of Italy. Like, I mean, you really need to take this moment and realize that this is a reset for us. This is our second chance to actually be better stewards for the environment and the world that we have been given.
And maybe even change, if you're not vegan, change the way you look at things, and perhaps change your lifestyle or your eating habits, because these pandemics start from animals.
Yes, Nancy, I am all absolutely for not eating animals. If you look at SARS, if you look at MRS or MSR, if you look at COVID-19, H1N1, those all stemmed from animals. Those all stemmed from eating animals, from the way that they are produced and treated as livestock and then into the slaughter system. And it jumps from animal to human. We need to look at how our diets are affecting all of that.
Right. And right now, like you said, it's like Earth is resetting herself. I've seen some posts about animals coming out, coyotes, but in San Francisco coming out of being out, and just dogs and all kinds of animals that are coming out that are coming now out because of the humans being out of the way, and everything is starting to flourish again without us.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
we are the pandemic. We are the pandemic.
We completely are the pandemic, and we completely are the ones that muck everything up. And so we really need to look at this as our reset, and this is our second chance to be better stewards, to not eat animals, to change our lifestyle for the better. We don't have to be such a consumer and parasitic entity on this planet. We can actually do so much better and live within balance.
And not just, and eating better, eating a plant-based meal, vegan, let's just say that it's also not just for the animals and the environment, it's for you, it's for your health. I mean, here you are complaining that you have to get stuck at home, or and things like that, because of this, and people are sick, and they're sick
Yeah.
because they were eating animals, and this happened.
Well, eating animals and eating a lot of preservative filled food that
Right.
is stripped of the nutrients as well. So, I mean, become more creative in the kitchen. Actually, make a recipe that requires some kind of flour and really be able to give it that energy that you want to be able to feel inside of you, because food takes on that energy. If you look at it as a chore, then it's not going to give you the right energy. If you look at it as this is nutrition, this is beautiful, look at all the beautiful colors because I'm eating the rainbow and not Skittles.
A celebration of food.
Yes, exactly. It helps heal us from the inside out. It helps to heal us, and you'll find you have clearer skin, everything's brighter, you have better memory. I mean, overall, anything, like even if you have any kind of inflammation, decreasing animal products in your diet helps tremendously decrease that inflammation.
And I can attest to that because I used to have inflammation of the joints, bursitis, and once I went vegan, it all went away. So I can definitely attest to that.
Exactly, completely. And I mean, that's really, if anybody's going to watch this and take away from it, that's really the message, is we really need to be better stewards, and we need to look at what we're eating. We need to look at how animals are being treated. We need to look at how we are treating the environment and how they are all interconnected with each other.
That's right. We're all connected. People,
Mm,
and if you didn't realize that before, realize it now, because this started in another country and now it's here. So
exactly.
what you do to one, you do to all.
Completely true. Completely true.
Well, thank you so much, Jacqueline, for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. It's nice to see your lovely face. And I hadn't seen you for a while, so it's nice to touch base as well.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Nancy, and take care. Stay healthy and safe, and stay inside and wash your hands.
You do the same. Stay healthy, wash your hands.
Absolutely. Bye.
Thank you for watching The Vegan Pulse. I am your host, Nancy Arenas. And please join us again. Remember, you can follow us on Facebook at The Vegan Pulse. There you will find information, resources, and also little tidbits that you might enjoy.